Hey guys, it's SlaveToTheGames, and I'm here to talk about 27 facts about Monster Hunter World. The first being that there is an in-game communities called Squads, which can have up to 50 members. There's also a tavern called Starship, where up to 16 players can hang out together. In the tavern, Starship, you can even arm wrestle. Each of the facilities in the Gathering Hub can be used offline with some exceptions, so assuming some of them aren't going to be able to be used offline, of course. At the tavern, you can take on various quests, participate in arena quests, manage your in-game communities, and check the announcement board. The announcement board lets you check login bonuses and other topics that I couldn't get too much into. When you unlock the Gathering Hub, you can play with others in almost all of the quests, excluding specific ones, which I'm assuming is the story-related quests.
You wanna come fight it with me?
By completing quests, the story will not only progress but unlock facilities at the Research Commission's HQ, as well as the extent of expeditions you can go on. There are free quests, which you can repeatedly take. Literally, I think they're just quests to just throw out there, and like each time you take them, the amount that it's required to do the specific task or what you have to gather are probably going to increase. It says that, but I also don't want to say for a fact until I actually know. There is also research quests, which are limited time events quests. More quests are apparently being prepared as well. That one I didn't really want to put as a fact because as I was reading through all these different places, I couldn't find an actual, this is a for sure thing. So I apologize for that. If I do find out more, there'll be another video with that being in it, I'm sure. More quests will be spread out, so the story quests will actually be a place where you can find them, and you don't have to just assume that this may or may not be a quest that's going to progress you further into the story. Even though you can have 16 people in the Gathering Hub, you may only have 4 people when you go hunting at all times. And if you have a Palico, the little cats, I just call them cats because they look like kittens and cats. You can have up to 3 players with you if you want to keep your Palico with you. But you can't have any more than the other 3, which is you and 2 other people, just so you guys know for sure and you don't get confused with how I phrased that. If you drop into a quest after a certain time has passed, you will not get the quest rewards. It'll count as you not getting the mission clear, but all the items you get and the materials you gather, you can keep those. So that's good. It's not a complete waste just popping into somebody's game to help them. You know, that can drag on if you pop in and you get nothing. You're not really going to want to do that. You can also get parts destruction rewards by completing certain conditions, which I'm assuming, and that part is a fact, but what I'm assuming is that's just cutting parts off the monsters and you get certain things because of what part you cut off. There'll be more into that with the next video I come out with, more facts. As far as I've gone, I found 27. I really wanted to try and keep it separate from the mainstream ones, but some of these might just be things you already know. If not, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, because I'll definitely have more content coming out. And if you know anything that I don't know, try leaving it down in the comments, and I definitely want to learn about it, because this is a game I'm really excited to get. Arena quests will also have limited time challenge quests, and these limited time challenge quests in the arena, the challenge quests are what are your world ranking scores. So you fight a monster and you beat it in 14 minutes and 37 seconds, whereas I fight a monster and I beat it in like 13 minutes and 36 seconds. So it's a way of competing with other people. I don't really know if it goes any further than just who beat the monster in a faster time. I hope it does. I really hope it does. And by creating your own squads, you may also create identifiable messages that can be seen among your squad members. In a squad, you can set the squad name, its symbol, and messages, and so on. I'm assuming there's more like what your goal is, what your end game is, etc. Like they did in, like, say for Assassin's Creed Unity's sake, like that, I'm assuming. In the game, with all of your squad members, they will all have an icon before their character names, but only in the Gathering Hub. So if you ever read that they'll show a guild icon, you will definitely have it, but it will only be in that Gathering Hub. Your icon and name will be on your guild card as well, so that's pretty cool. If anyone ever looks at it, they'll see that. You can choose who you matchmake with by selecting options through 4 settings, which are player tendency, quest tendency, language used, and hunter rank tendency. Now the thing that confused me between the player tendency and the hunter rank tendency is both of them had okay, here we go. Player tendency was more, it said novice, and then it was like intermediate, expert, whereas hunter rank's probably going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I'm assuming, because otherwise it just means that they're the same thing to me. And it obviously can't be because they're both 2 different things. So, some parts of the world can be altered due to your fights with the monsters. And believe me, when I say that, it looks great. It really does. I was in one part of a fight with the dragon. It's not one of the ones you have to do in the beta, but that's when I played it. And it ended up smashing a wall, and water just flowed out and burst through, and I ended up getting shoved off, and I like fell off the waterfall that was now created, and I had to like throw my grappling hook, like completely accident. I did not do it on purpose, and I just threw it out, and I caught a vine, and I was just hanging there, and I was like, oh my god, yes, Thank you. And it was completely shocking because I fought it before that and tried to kill it. I failed because time ran out, but it didn't happen that time. This time it did, and it completely threw me off. I mean, not literally and figuratively. All your weapons come in 3 variants, which are light, heavy, and technical. Heavy being obviously the slowest, but probably packs the most punch. Light being the fastest, and technical I'm assuming is going to take more skill, just because, you know, it's technical. That's how it's going to be. It's HD now. That's my last fact that I have right now, and apparently it wasn't before due to the last game being like some 9 years ago. So apparently that's really good. I mean, it looks great to me. I like the look of it. It feels great. The only problem that I have with right now that I am going with is that when you aim, it's not like, you can't just swing wildly. They all have set moves and they all swing in a certain direction. It's determined. Like when you press the button, they all have a determined area that you have to kind of like aim your character in the right direction and have the enemy be in that right area for it to happen. So most of the time, if it's just swinging, you'll generally hit him. But then there's times where like you go to swing and you miss, and it's like, oh, I missed when he was right next to me. Okay. And then there'll be other times where like you have to shoot your gun and you'll be like way far away and like you shoot it and it misses because it's a close-up one that you just need to learn like what goes where and what skill does what. Then you have to learn all the different types of fighting styles because all the different weapons in it have different fighting styles. There may be some that are similar, but they're not all exactly the same. None of them are the same. They have similarities, but I can tell you right now, none of the weapons are the same. And I'm sure you'll be seeing a mixture of me between all the different quests I was playing with different weapons. My favorite one right now is the katana, but I actually might do the iron gun lance because that, oh my god, you will see. I'm sure that I'll have some of that gameplay in this video. But without further ado, I don't waste any more time than I already have. So you guys have a nice day. Thank you guys for listening to this. I hope you really enjoyed it. This is my first time doing something like this, and I'm really nervous if you can't tell. But once again, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.